Hi there, boys and girls, and happy Monday. Welcome back to a week of learning. Now, I hope there's not too many groans by that. I hope you enjoyed a really lovely wellbeing week and some time off home-based learning, especially having some time off screens because I know that can get a bit much sometimes. We've got another fun-filled week though. So this week is book week, as well as preparing for Father's Day because that's coming up this weekend, I believe. We are going to be doing some fun-filled activities, especially in reading to do with Father's Day, and might even help you with making some gifts and things for your father, dad, uncle, grandfather, significant male, whoever you like to celebrate this day with. Okay, so let's get started. Today is Monday, of course. Our shared text this week is going to be called If My Love Was a Fire Truck. Now, just think about that sentence for a moment, and I wonder what they mean by if my love was a fire truck. What do they mean by this? Have a think. Is this a metaphor, or do they literally mean their love is a fire truck? And can love really be a fire truck? Lots of interesting questions there, which I want you to think about, especially when we're looking at literal meaning and metaphors. I think I may have frozen. Let's just keep going and see. All right, beautiful. Now, I don't want us to watch the story yet. I want us to have a look at this video on metaphors. So I'll just make this a bit wider and just think about, we have touched on metaphors and similes before, but I want you to think about not so much the similes, but what a metaphor is. So a metaphor is a way of describing what someone or something is, to help them understand more about it. But they do it in a way that's, I guess, a bit exaggerated, or if you were to take it literally, you might think, that doesn't make any sense. So have a watch of this video and it might give you a bit more of an understanding.
Big crowd in tonight, Jeff.
Including Bob the superfan. Bob here has never actually seen Jess perform.
Let's help him picture her in his head. We can use metaphors and similes.
Huh?
Okay, so a metaphor is when we say something is something completely different to help someone understand more about it.
So for Jess, we could say,
She is a star. Whoa! Not an actual star, Bob.
or we could say,
She is dynamite.
oh, he's done it again.
Bob, not real dynamite.
All right, we're going to stop there. So think about that. If someone says someone is a star, we don't necessarily always think, oh, they are an actual star burning in the sky, or they look like a star. When we think about when someone is a star, we think about that they might be famous. They could be really good at what they do. When someone says someone is like dynamite, you're most likely thinking, oh, well, they're not a literal dynamite because that can't happen, but you might be thinking when someone says someone's dynamite, wow, they're really fast, or they're really energetic, or they're really good at what they do. So that's what a metaphor is. It's when you're saying something is something, but the literal meaning isn't necessarily what it is. I hope that helps so far. So, for example, someone is a star or someone is like dynamite. Or I shouldn't say like because that would be a simile. But someone is a star would be when you say someone is something is a metaphor. So what someone is a star or someone is dynamite, that is a metaphor. All right, let's go back to our slides. Now, the next thing what I want you to do is watch the story of My Love is a Fire Truck. Okay. And then you've got two activities, which are quite simple and quite easy to do. I think most of you will find this very easy. So the first task is what other metaphors are used in this book? So the first one is my love is a fire truck. I've given you a couple of other examples here. And can you add any more? Can you come up with your own? I don't want you to write them here. What you're going to do today is use Padlet. So click on this link and it will take you to this screen here. So what I would like you to do is there is a plus button over here which you can add to, or you can come up here and press edit and you can write more metaphors here. So I want you to think of some of the other metaphors in the book. Okay, and then once you're done, press update and then write a metaphor about your dad, or it doesn't have to be your dad. It could be your brother, your uncle, your granddad, your significant other, anyone who you like to celebrate Father's Day with. So my one that I did was my dad is a superhero. So he's not literally a superhero. He can't fly, he's not invisible, he can't go through walls, but I think he is a superhero. He is a superhero to me. He has the qualities of a superhero. So that is why you need to have the word is in your metaphor, please. After you have done this activity, the good thing about Padlet is you get to see everyone else's responses. So it might give you some ideas of what you could write, of what someone else could write. And you'll get to see what everyone else is writing here too. So it's a nice way to see everyone else's work and see what other people are up to. Because a lot of the time with our online learning, we don't get to see other people's work. Okay, next we have, this is your last task for the day. What you need to do is print this sheet out, which is attached to the assignment, and you're going to think of adjectives. Now, remember, adjectives are describing words. They describe a noun, and the noun that we're describing is going to be your dad, your brother, your granddad, your uncle, whoever you like to celebrate Father's Day with, okay? And you're going to write them here. Now, this one is really important because you're going to use this as a special activity on Thursday. So please make sure you get this one done. So you're going to think of an adjective that starts with A. It could be amazing. It could be abnormal. It could be anything you like that starts with the letter A that describes that person. Okay. You want nice ones in there too. You don't want them all to be funny or silly. And a good way to come up with some adjectives is to go onto Google and type in thesaurus and look up into the thesaurus different adjectives that youth can think of, and you might find another one that goes with it that starts with a different letter. So a thesaurus is a really great way to do it. Now, I'm not expecting you to cover every single letter, but as a challenge, if you'd like to try and get every single letter, go for it. Okay, so that's all you have to do for today. And if you'd like to post your work here so we can have a look at it, you absolutely can. So that one will be for the A to Z description. So those are your 2 tasks today. Pretty easy, shouldn't take you too long. If you have any questions though, of course, please put any comments in the comments section. I don't always see the ones that you do with the personal ones. So if you can try to do it where everyone can see, because it's usually answering someone else's question as well, that would be awesome. I will still try and look at it, but it is harder to see everyone's responses in time for you to do your work. Anyway, I hope that helps. And we'll see you all soon.